Let's bring. Should we see what is making the transfer news in the papers today?
Oh, yeah. So here we go. So the window, here we go with all the transfers. Let's start with The Sun. So my headline of the day, United Rev for Nev by Jordan Davis. Had to make sure that I got the alliteration right then. So this is about Manchester United, and I use the word on the verge of making a final push to sign Ruben Neves, and they've been tracking him for the last 12 months. They pretty much got rebuffed back in January, but now that Ten Hag is in place, he's a massive fan apparently of Ruben Neves. They're going to go for it. I mean, there have been rumours for a while, Cass, that Ruben Neves was planning to move on from Wolves anyway, so this doesn't come as a great surprise to me. I think there was talk of him potentially going to Arsenal, but I couldn't see that happening after his comments about Arsenal. So Manchester United, yes, of course, it's a new manager. They're going to be looking for fresh faces to join the club, Cass.
Yeah, and he's a really good ball-playing midfielder. He's got a great strike from distance, but he certainly would add quality in United's midfield, without a doubt, because they're lacking in that department for me, big style, because McTominay does a great job in many ways, but Fred similar, he can do things that others can't, but they're not the greatest with technically to make things happen for United. I think it's been sorely missed.
So who would if they were to bring in Ruben Neves, who would that spell the end for, would you say?
That's a great question.
Well, I don't know, because no one's played well enough. McTominay played better at the early part of the season, then had a pretty dreadful time towards the end. Fred's been... the game against Crystal Palace, he was one of their best players, Fred, and now that's okay. Over the course of the season, I think that area of the pitch, they've really been let down. It's just not good enough. You expect you play Manchester United, you're going to get a quality midfield who can make things happen. We're going to watch midfielders tonight like Modric get on the ball, move it, pass it. And Thiago if he's fit, and Fabinho and many others. Quality. They haven't had that. I think for 2 or 3 years.
So Neves would be the answer.
Well, it'd be certainly a player who's very capable, but United need a lot. It's not like he's the answer to them to now be a far more complete team. They need way more than just one. And, there's rumours of other clubs as well, that are players that they're looking at, which, and rightly so, they're going to go for 4 or 5, maybe even 6 players.
Well, actually, that I was going to say, that nicely segues into the next one, actually, because in the Daily Mirror, sorry, Leonati, talking over you, United number to 100 million for Nunez, and that's an exclusive by Jeremy Cross. So this is a player called Darwin Nunez, who plays for Benfica. And he apparently is a target for Ten Hag. The thing is, though, Benfica won 100 million for this player. And Man United have gone back and said, actually, we want a bit more of a realistic price tag. If it was to go through, and that's a big, big if, he would be on par, of course, for the 100 million that Manchester City paid for Jack Grealish. I can't see that happening personally.
No.
Because I think Man United fans would be completely up in arms about spending £100 million on a player. But as you rightly pointed out, Cass, Man United need a whole rebrand, well, not a rebrand, but a whole refresh, a revamp. So there's another player that is definitely on Ten Hag's list.
I tell you what, he's had a fantastic season as well, hasn't he? For Benfica, was it 32 goals in 40 games this season?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's incredible.
Yeah, and he played against Liverpool, didn't he, in the Champions League, and put in a really decent performance. So showed his qualities. Yeah. Showed his qualities, yeah.
Yeah, so Darwin Nunez may well be a Premier League star of the future. Manchester United in hot pursuit of him. But as always, it's the fee that's the stumbling block.
100 million.
Yes. Anne-Marie, that's it, I'm afraid. We've run out of time. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Bye-bye. Great to chat to you this morning. Enjoy the Champions League final after all that build-up in the papers. And that's exactly what we're going to continue to build up to here on talkSPORT. It's live from Paris tonight. Liverpool, Real Madrid.